how to turn $1 into $10 using compound interest. And we're going to go over compound interest in this money lesson. So invest $1 in over 30 years, your $1 will be worth $10 in today's money. That's adjusted for inflation so that money will have the same buying power in the future as it does right now. Now, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's just about the importance of investing as much as you can, as early as you can, for as long as you can. Think of every purchase in its future value. That $5 coffee is worth $50 in future money. That $80 dinner is worth $800 in future money. When you think of things this way, you begin to question if certain purchases are really worth it to you right now, and helps you focus your money on the things that will really bring you the most enjoyment versus a large payout in the future. I don't recommend trying to time the market either, waiting around for the market to crash or not buying because the market is at an all-time high, or trying to sell at the top. I mean, dude, the market is always at an all-time high throughout history. Just invest consistently over a long period of time and you'll be fine. Compounded interest is an amazing concept, but it takes discipline and consistency, and people want an easy, quick fix. This is neither. It takes discipline not to spend your money for 30 plus years. It also takes time to see your returns add up, but over time, the returns are massive. Now, I know some of you will say, YOLO, you're only young once. Live today, you can die tomorrow. True. Now, there is a lot of benefit in living your life now and not being some 70-year-old with trillions of dollars because you didn't spend anything, yet don't have the capacity to enjoy it anymore because of illness or because you're just 70 years old. Just don't be foolish about it and spend all your money on things that don't add real lasting value and happiness to your life. So what is compound interest? Compound interest, or compounding interest, is interest calculated on the initial principal, which also includes all of the accumulated interest of previous periods of a deposit or loan. Thought to have originated in 17th century Italy, compound interest can be thought of as interest on interest and will make a sum grow at a faster rate than simple interest, which is calculated only on the principal amount. The rate at which compound interest accrues depends on the frequency of compounding, such that the higher the number of compounding periods, the greater the compound interest. Thus, the amount of compound interest accrued on $100 compounded at a 10% annually will be lower than that on $100 compounded at 5% semi-annually over the same time period. Since the interest on interest effect can generate increasingly positive returns based on the initial principal amount, it has sometimes been referred to as the miracle of compound interest. The formula for calculating compound interest is compound interest equals total amount of principal and interest in future, or future value, less principal amount at present or present value, which equals P times 1 plus I to the N minus P. And then it could also equal P times 1 plus I to the N minus 1, where P equals principal, I equals nominal annual interest rate in percentage terms, and N equals number of compounding periods. Take a 3-year loan of $10,000 at an interest rate of 5%. That compounds annually. What would be the amount of interest? In this case, it would be $10,000 times 1 plus 0.5, 0.05 to the third power minus 1, which equals $10,000 times 1.157625 minus 1 equals 1,576.25. Well, yeah, exact same thing. Key takeaways: compound interest or compounding interest is interest calculated on the initial principal, which also includes all of the accumulated interest of previous periods of a deposit or loan. Compound interest is calculated by multiplying the initial principal amount by 1 plus the annual interest rate raised to the number of compound periods minus 1. Interest can be compounded on any given frequency schedule, from continuous to daily to annually. When calculating compound interest, the number of compounding periods makes a significant difference. So have a personal finance story or question? Feel free to post your own financial story or question in the comment section or submit it to us on Instagram at 40inbox, and we will try to put it in a future episode. Now, if you're going to comment something have in quotation marks, my money question or my personal finance question is this, or in quotations, my personal finance story is this. And yeah, we will also have this as a podcast in the future where we go over personal finance stories, money stories, and business stories so that you can listen to this wherever you are. Just type in 40inbox.com on Spotify or wherever podcasts are available, and you'll probably be able to find it. Episodes will be released there in time. Make sure to stay tuned by subscribing and hitting the bell notification, and unbox your money and just be better with money, learn money lessons. So subscribe if you found this helpful. For weekly business and personal finance content and stories, learn the 4 steps to make money online in the description. Hit the like button, it helps the video and the channel. Hit the bell to stay notified if you want to stay notified for daily uploads or whenever we upload a video. You can check out 40inbox.com, leave a comment, and share this with someone who either needs to see this or you think would be interested in this. And you can learn step by step how to make a profitable course in the description of this episode. Feel free to get a free stock in the description worth up to $1,000 if you haven't joined Robinhood yet. Now, if you go join Robinhood with this link and you have never joined it before, you could potentially get a stock worth $1,000 by just joining Robinhood. And I can also get a stock as well. So it's a win-win for both of us. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for more if you like this sort of stuff. And if you do end up watching this, whether it be on YouTube or even Facebook or on the podcast, thank you for listening. I think it's pretty cool. I like to talk about personal finance and money related topics. So stay tuned for more. We will be uploading new lessons every single week, no matter what. So stay tuned for another one. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you could pretty much look forward to learning something new or getting a better understanding of different financial topics by staying tuned, by subscribing, reviewing the podcast, whatever. It's just a good way to get help and just learn about something new, right?